loves an up and go or sporadic trip, it is always nice, right? But if you're like me, como yo, then you know that planning in advance is better. Hola, hola, hola todos. Es tu prima favorita, Bobby here. Welcome back to the Cousins Corner. In lieu of the fact that I am currently packing right now and getting ready to head on out to my cousin's cruise, aka Hoochie Fest Part 2 with mis primas, my blood primas. Y'all are my primos too, but you know, I'm going with the blood, going with the blood. I just thought that I would come on here to share 5 tips for stress-free traveling, because your girl likes to up and go. So if you are in need of that, stay tuned because I got you. Tip number 1, plan your trips in advance. Now, I can tell you right now, a sporadic up and go trip is always nice. But if you're anything like me, you know that pre-planning will have you ready, set to go, because I don't like to be stressed out. And traveling is already stressful enough. I recommend doing this just because it allows you to get better deals, to have a little bit more time to shop around, and also a bit more time to cancel if anything happens or if anything better pops up. Not to mention, you go ahead and get that part out of the way. You got a trip that you know that you're wanting to take in April of 2025, start looking now. Maybe you'll have flights that you can already book right now, or maybe you'll have to wait until you get a little closer to the end of the year. Either way, don't wait last minute, because that's when they want to up the prices. These little Google searches be watching you, so they know when you're searching and when you come back and when you're searching again. Even when you go incognito, they still know. So I suggest that you book it out in advance. You plan in advance, you drop that money in advance, and you just sit back and just relax until it's time for you to leave. My tip number 2 is book bundles when you can. I personally really like to bundle my deals. When you bundle, you can book your flight and your hotel together, and a lot of times it comes out cheaper. Sometimes you might not, so that's why I say book in advance, so that you have time to research that, so you can see, does it make more sense if I book it all together, or does it make sense if I book it separately? But your girl over here, I like a good bundle. And what I've come to find out too, or what I've come to notice, is that the earlier you book, the better the bundle deals. The earlier you book, the better the bundle deals will be. Say that 5 times fast and spin around in a circle. Another thing with bundle deals is, depending on the site that you're using, whether you're using Orbit, Kayak, I don't know if people still use that, but I personally still use Expedia from time to time. And you can get points when you bundle as well, or points from just booking through those third-party sites as well. So when you do book that bundle, you're able to use those points that you did from the last trip. So your girl likes a good bundle. If that works for you, if you're finding some stuff, you know, under your bundle deal, go ahead and book a bundle. That way you get all of that out of the way. I will say that with bundling, sometimes you might not get all the flight choices that you would usually get, or that you could get if you book directly from the site. So again, book in advance so you have time to really weigh those options and to see which one of those things are going to work better for you. Number 3, do your research. Google is free. Ask around, ask your mom, ask a friend, ask people who like to travel. There are plenty of ways to get information that you want, be it reviews of the place that you're going, be it reviews of the site that you're booking through, be it reviews of just the options of what you can do and how you can get there. Please do your research. Know before you go. It's important for you to know where you're going, know the area that you're staying in, the hotel or the Airbnb, and what is near or far. This also helps you to better be able to plan your trip before you even get there, to know, all right, where am I gonna eat? Where am I gonna stay? What is there to do? How far do I have to travel out to get to here, there, and the other place? What are the different sites that I wanna see? Just make sure that you are researching. How far are you from the airport? How long does it take to Uber or catch a taxi or catch the bus or whatever the case may be? Just make sure that you do your research before you go anywhere. Also, a little pointer with doing your research as well. Don't do so much research that you psych yourself out, okay? Remember that every place that you go, even your hometown, there are different horror stories and things that can happen. So just remember, when you're looking at these places, like, yes, use your logic, but also know that some people are going to have horror stories. Some people are going to have bad stories. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to happen to you, but it is also important for you to know before you go so that you know exactly where you're going and where you're staying. Number 4, pack ahead. And if you're an overpacker like me, definitely pack in advance. It will save you a lot of time and a lot of stress when it comes down to the day of or the day before. What I like to do personally when I'm not waiting last minute to pack, which I'm not for this trip, I actually started packing last week. So last weekend, so kudos to me. But what I like to do is I like to start a pile of what it is that I'm gonna take. So I'll either lay it out in the suitcase, or I'll just have a pile or somewhere in my room where I'm just laying out the outfits that I know that I'm gonna take with me. So as I'm washing, as I'm setting things aside, putting things away, pulling things out of the drawer, I know exactly what it is that I'm gonna take. This past weekend, I just started packing, right? I started rolling my stuff up into the suitcase. I am pretty much almost ready to go, but I know that that's gonna save me a lot of time tomorrow at the time that I'm filming this, which is the day before I leave, so that I'm not stressed out when it's time to go because I'm still packing that morning, because ain't nobody got time for that. My tip number 5, do not wait on other people. Do not wait on otras personas, okay? I know traveling solo or traveling sola can be intimidating, especially with the ways of the world right now, how things are going. But that's why it's important to know where you're going, number 1, but also use your common sense when moving around in these places, right? Just like you wouldn't walk out of your house oblivious to the world around you at 10 o'clock at night, don't do that when you go overseas. Use caution. Don't scare yourself into never leaving your hotel site, but also use caution when you're moving around. Do your research, ask questions. Don't let people know that you're alone. That's one thing about me. I travel sola a lot, but you won't know it until I get back. Or if you already knew that I was leaving. But yes, like, do your due diligence to keep yourself safe and just go. Don't let other people stifle you from going to go see the sites that you want to see. People are going to drop all the time. People are going to drop last minute for things that, you know, they might not even have control over. But if you really want to go, and you can go, then make it happen. Now, I do understand that there are some places where you're just like, I really don't want to travel there solo. I really, you know, would rather have somebody else or be with a group of friends, or at least be with one other person. That's totally fine. But I also tell you, as a person who does travel solo and travel solo a lot, it is a very, very, very great experience. Now, sometimes it can feel a little, oh, I don't have anybody to share this moment with, or be like, did you see that? Or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, like, I feel like you learn so much about yourself, so much about the world that you're able to take in, so many people that you can meet. Again, use caution, because these people shouldn't be knowing that you're by yourself. Don't make yourself a target, but don't be afraid to get out there and experience the world. That is a huge privilege that we have, especially coming from, you know, the United States and being able to pretty much go anywhere, because you don't get that in every country that you go to, and you don't get that ease of access to be able to travel everywhere that you want to go. But we get a lot of privilege here, being American or having an American passport. So I just say, like, use that to your advantage. You deserve it if you have a passport. If you don't, you know, and you like to travel local or you like to travel state, same things apply. Don't wait for other people to go see those mountains or those stars or wherever it is that you want to go. Don't wait for those other people. I always like to live by the motto, I'm still going. I'm still going, because if I want to go, I'm going to go, because one monkey don't stop the show. I'm still gonna go. So adapt that mindset and just go see it. You never know who you're gonna meet. You never know what you're gonna find. You never know what you're gonna find out about your own self. So just get up and do it. Just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Just go. I know I said 5 tips, but I'm gonna give you one more for a bonus. And this is me talking to myself, because it's crazy that how much I've traveled, I have still not done this, but I'm changing that. very, very soon, this weekend or after this trip or whatever. I'm changing that very, very soon. Get you a travel credit card, okay? Whether it is a credit card through the airlines that you usually fly or through your bank or something that's gonna give you the perks that you need for those flights, mileage, or for cashback rewards, get you a travel credit card. It's going to save you money and it's going to help you build up your point, and it's also going to help you build up your credit too, especially if you're the type of person who travels at least several times a year. Talking to myself. And you get a travel credit card. Like, just the perks of it are unbeatable, and it doesn't have to be a super expensive one. It doesn't have to be one that you're paying $650 a year for, unless you travel enough to make that actually worth your while so that you can chill in the Sky Lounge or whatever the other perks that might come with those credit cards. But just get you something that's gonna get you those points, get you those Sky Miles, get you, you know, those cashback rewards, get you those discounts on flights or bags or something. Get it, because when it's time to book, y'all don't know how many times I've kicked myself in the foot because I'm like, why do you still not have a travel credit card? You do this every time we go through this, every time when it's time to book, especially when it comes to that flight. And I know I'm just throwing away money. I'm just sprinkling money on them. I'm just making it rain at this point. I'm just making it rain on all the airlines by not collecting the points or the rewards that I could be getting if I had a travel credit card. So don't be like me. Be better than me. Mejor que yo. Get you a travel credit card. That's my bonus point. And if you don't take nothing else away from this, take away, get you a travel credit card and just go. There are plenty other tips, but as a well-traveled chica myself, una viajera negra, I just wanted to share with you some of the top 5s that I have that I recommend to anybody who is wanting to travel or just started traveling, or even if you are a seasoned travel, or you maybe have taken a break and now the vid has passed and you're ready to up and move about the cabin again, you might have forgot. So I just wanted to share these tips with y'all so you can take them with you wherever it is that you go. If you have any other tips, please drop them down below. Leave them in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you for joining me, tu prima favorita, as I talk to you about 5 tips for stress-free traveling. And I will see you next time.